Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed and definitely
go. This looks close to me. There you go. Makes the double. Sits right there. She's sitting at least 2. That right one hand red, you can just barely see it in the screen. I think it's biting, so it might be 3. One more look at this, and it's in the release. She's just got that little bit of a set at the end, and that holds it straight. That and a lot of rotation, so it doesn't curl quite as hard when they throw the takeouts. You saw just how thin she had to hit that first one. Made a nice shot. Now suddenly Gim looking at a force, because that I still think that red on the right-hand side looks like it might be biting. So she's going to look to make the hit, probably roll all the way across under cover. Now she might make the double if she does that, but the roll is probably more important. You could just draw around the corner guard. The problem is if you do that, you're not shot rock, and if you make it good, Kaitlyn Laws is just going to split the house and you're still forced. So you need to deal with this rock while you have a chance. Looking for about a 5-foot roll and just stop it dead behind the guard if she could. She's going to overroll the first guard and all the way through the rings. Did make the double. Now, how many people are going to glance over top of that red rock on the way by? Or do you suppose everybody already thinks it's in? Kaitlyn indicating she'd like to try to come around the guard. This is one where you don't even have to dead bury it. You get half around, and Gim still probably has to draw. So Kaitlyn Laws with her final stone here in the first end. She does not have last rock. I think she's counting one, just a little hanger on at the edge of the 12-foot. And for the second one in the rings. Force Gim to try to draw to get her single, and she can, she can be a piece underneath the guard, just about touching the 4-foot, so she can significantly shrink the scoring zone with this. Boy, look at that move as it's coming across the hog line. Try to put this right on the tee line to get it as close to the 4-foot as they can. Pretty good. She could have been a 1.5 feet deeper, and she'd have been a little bit closer to the 4-foot, but she's half under the guard, too dangerous to try to hit it. So Uijeongbu Gim will have to try to draw here. She'll need full 8-foot to pick up her single. This was, I believe, the side that they had their pregame practice on, so she's got that information to go on as far as the path and the draw weight. I've thrown a few down here this end as well. Out of her hand, it's up to the brushers now. Just cleaning, really. That's usually a good sign that they like the weight. Starting to curl. Needed full 8 for the single point. They're going to grab a solid piece of the 4-foot. Uijeongbu Gim with that final stone here in the end number 1 puts a single point on the board. It'll be Kaitlyn Laws and her team with last rock in the second.
Hey Ben, what's the odds?
little different start to this end. We see the center guard went up to start the end now. The Laws team going to throw the corner.
I like this. Girls get those corner guards up.
Yeah, it does seem like a lot of times if you don't throw the corner guard early, you never get a chance to get the play away from the center.
That's right. Yes.
It is really tough though. It's if you're the team throwing first and you want to force the play to the middle, if you throw that center guard up to start the end, there is a lot of work involved for the team with last rock to get the play away from the middle because it's all draws early, and they do start to pile up, and that's why you've seen there are teams that have gone to the approach that, well, if we throw the first one in and they throw the corner guard, then we can guard it. But if you throw the first one in, teams are hitting that one and playing the delayed corner. They play the corner guard on the second shot. So it's interesting how the tactics have evolved. Like there are when people started going in, it was, well, if we go in first, they won't come around our center guard. They'll throw the corner. Then we can throw the center guard. And then the next evolution of that was, well, we're not going to ignore the rock in the house. We're going to hit it. And then we'll throw the corner guard in the next one. And they can't pile up 3 rocks in the middle before we can throw a hit. So I find, again, there's a long time skip myself. I find that part of it really interesting, watching how the tactics have evolved.
Yes.
There are only just so many scripts as to how these first 5 rocks can go, assuming that all the shots are made. But it changes all the time, and it's really interesting. It's that game of cat and mouse that. And certainly these 4 shots to start off again, and we had a good start to the end last end, and everything perfectly placed here. You can see how these teams, again, as I said, they're both 3-0. They're both playing very well. We had a very good first end, and this is a good start to the second end.
Yeah, sometimes I don't think we give enough credit to, what the front end players actually do.
Well, until they start missing. then we talk about it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because we're all pointing fingers. Well, that end didn't go the way I wanted it to.
Yeah.
Because our front end did.
But when you get the setup this good, and it's by both teams, when the setup is this good at the start of the end, it really is a question. Every shot becomes so big because if you're off by half a shot, all of a sudden the angles are no good for you and they all favor your opposition. So the better the setup, the more pressure it puts on every saw the indication they'd actually like to roll open a little bit, and I think
Yeah.
part of that is because of where the other redstone is. You roll in behind, and that's what Kaitlyn's indicating. If you roll in behind, she can come off that open redstone into the one that you're about to deliver and be dead buried.
Yep.
Now she could play that hit and roll anyway, but why put a catcher there for her?
That's right.
Exactly what they called. Good shot. Sits 3.
Yep.
She knew that Uijeongbu was going to call for the hit and roll behind cover.
Yeah.
Even if she's dead in behind the yellow, the angle run on the red won't be very long. On the rush on this right away. Got 2 ways she could make the roll. She could roll dead in behind the yellow, or she could over-roll it and end up in behind the red. That little spin back, she stayed mostly in behind the yellow stone. That's a pretty good shot.
That's real good, yeah.
One more look at it. The thrower wasn't sure. Like, you see the hand go up. She thought they might have to stop, but didn't let off for a few feet after that, and then picked up the brush at the end. Makes the nice roll.
Well, that might have saved the end for her.
Kaitlyn was electing to play the freeze down to it.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot. My apologies. I thought Kim was without hand.
Oh, I wasn't taking it that way at all. I mean, she's got a chance for 2 now, whereas she was looking at a force before she makes that roll.
Get this right down on to a freeze. Don't have any bump. That's good.
The bump that direction is good. She stayed
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
mostly in front of it.
Side. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a problem for Gim. You'd love to get there. How do you do it?
I know, eh?
From either turn, like it's really
That's right.
tough to get there.
I don't think you want to ever touch either of the guards.
No, if that redstone wasn't in the 12-foot, it's probably
Different
looks like
story.
it's easier from the intern. This can be done from the out, but you're gonna have to flirt with that yellow guard, I think. If you stay on the high side, you're just gonna leave everything lined up to kill the shot stone. You've got to get a little bit low on this. Nothing from the brushers yet. There it goes, starting to move now. Still got room by the guard. It's trying, but it's going to stay just enough on the high side that it taps the red up, and it's still corner frozen on the yellow. That actually, if anything, make things ever so slightly worse for the Gim team. It does mean that it's probably too risky for Kaitlyn to try running that red in, because if she ever picked her own off the top of the 4-foot,
Yeah.
it brings 3 into play.
Yeah, that would not be good.
See the dilemma, like, where do you put the next rock? Like,
I know.
it's hard to corner freeze the yellow at the top of the 8-foot without making things worse for yourself.
Worse, that's right, yeah.
You come into the 4-foot, it's really tough to get This was
This is
Kaitlyn
great.
Law's last shot. She'd just throw up the corner guard and say, "You don't have anywhere to draw. We'll just give you one." But you know, if you do that now, she's got 2 chances to find a way into the 4-foot. I just don't think you want to give her 2 free shots. Where do you put this rock? If you thought you could get through the in-turn side between that yellow center guard and that red stone in the rings and stay on, so coming from the in-turn, stay on the high side of the yellow, even nudge it a little bit, that would be a not bad shot. But they finished so hard coming in, I'm not sure you wouldn't get to the face of that yellow.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I even thought about almost what you were saying, you know, about if it was her last one. I mean, I started to think, you know, well, if you place that on the 4-foot line, you know, what would Kaitlyn do? I guess she'd try and come in around. Yeah, even if she did, I mean,
If it was down to last shot right now and there was no drop path, she does still have the hit and roll to the back of the 4-foot off that red stone on the tee line.
yeah, I guess she does.
So
yeah.
it's not like she can ever take away everything. You take away the easier shot,
Yeah.
and she could certainly do that with this rock as well. It's just that there's some risk of putting this one in a bad spot.
Well, that's the thing, and that's where I was thinking, you know, like if she just put it right, you know, on that line there, but you know, even with the yellow one, they've opted for this shot. Yeah, I think you help Gib maybe.
Well, you certainly didn't make it hard for her. She gets one beside the yellow now. How do you get it out?
Yeah.
Kim still has to be careful. I mean, if she follows that all the way down, sits right on top of it, Kaitlyn can follow it down one more time, and it actually could be a steal. Yep. I don't think you want to be right to it. Splitting tee line or even 3/4 in front of tee line. I don't know how she gets this one out. And like you're sitting too, she might not even be able to get second shot. And she still got that shot off the outside one that would then perhaps be for 3.
Would be, yeah.
But if you're 6 inches too high off this, there could be a slash double on the yellows as well. So she's not playing with a big piece of real estate here either.
Yeah, I was gonna say that just went sideways.
She probably gets away with it because I'm not sure if it rolls a little farther, you might be able to come off it onto the red and get the other yellow to go away. But right now, with where everything sits, I think you'd roll into that other yellow in the top 8-foot. You'd never get to the red one. She's just going to try to hit this on the nose and...
Nose, yeah.
You take away the draw, she's still got that hit on the outside. I don't know whether they talked about it, but you might be better off if you could. You certainly don't want to dead jam it, but if you could kill that one on the back 4-foot going by.
I know.
As much as it's a little further ahead than the one at the top of the 4-foot, it's also the catcher when she plays that hit and roll off the back one, or off the side one. That's a big set. You gotta hope this one comes up. You can't hit this on the outside at all. It's good. It's moving. She's good.
Almost perfect.
I still would have liked to see them try to move that one out of the back.
I know.
It's the catcher if she ever hits this a little too thin.
But she has forced him into, hit and hold into the middle, and not an easy shot.
Well, I mean, any hit and rolls, they're never a gimme. This one's not bad as hit and rolls go. It's not.
That's
super,
right.
It's not super thick where she has to whip it, and it's not paper thin either. It's that somewhere around half a rock, which a lot of the players at this level, they find that a pretty comfortable amount of the stone to aim at. She doesn't have to, like I said, because she's not hitting 3/4. She doesn't have to whip it. She can throw this at a comfortable weight.
Yeah.
It becomes more about the line call and the brushing than really about the throw.
He does have a nice delivery. Smooth. Trying to carve this a bit.
Yeah,
they got a nose.
The early call was she might have been a little bit light. They had the inside sweeper down, but it never did come up for them. Yep. It's another single point. We've been trading singles back and forth. Uijeongbu with the latest one has that 2-1 lead now. Kaitlyn Laws with last rock going into the fourth, and we'll see if she can't generate the first crooked number of this game.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Pullman, Mowat, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock!
2-1 as we begin play here in the fourth. The opening stone you just see coming to rest. The center guard ever so slightly off the center line, so it's not in the no-tick zone. Kristen Gordon being asked to make the corner guard now. We saw this from the Laws team in the second end as well. They ignored that center guard to start things off, tried to draw the play to the corner.
Yes, and unfortunately for them, we never got out there.
Well, it was late in the end. Kaitlyn had the chance, and it was partly because the roll went the wrong way for the Gim team, but Kaitlyn had the chance for the corner freeze with her first stone. I will say, at the very least, she was probably the last half of that end. She was never in any danger in the middle. She just never got a chance to get around the corner. I guess she had a couple of chances, as I recall, to hit and roll and just never quite made the roll in behind cover. But she certainly used it to get the middle clear early, and then she was playing the rest of the end fairly risk-free.
Just love this finish.
This time they're going to ignore the center twice and go around the corner guard right away. Typically when a team plays this tactic, you know that on the sixth stone of the end, they're trying the double in the middle. Coming by, but for most of the trip down the ice, they were sweeping as much for weight as for line. Well, a finish on that, even to the corner.
Yeah.
Hard to the corner. She gets that It's almost dead in behind. Second shot for now, but that's not vital that they were shot rock. They just want to get the play away from the middle. Kim will come around the center one more time, and then you know the Laws team is going to try to deal with the center. Nothing out of the brushers. They are trying to come right around everything.
Yeah.
But they don't want to be too far to the back. This is going to be a little deep. That would be a very low percentage shot if you needed to hit it that way. This is a fraction of an inch either way, fraction of a centimeter either way from killing all three. Dead stuff's the first one, and dead stuff's the second one. In fact, if anything, it almost looked like the second one kicked further in behind the guard after the jam. This is an interesting call. Gim's gonna get rid of the corner guard, so she's got a shot at that one in the rings later on. But again, trying to get two shots out of one rock. She's not just playing a straight peel here. She wants to roll this back to the center line and overlap that red guard so there's no run back.
Yeah. It's going to be close. Oh.
Not bad. I mean, there's still the run back.
So close.
Setting up for the out turn here. So if this one over curls just a little bit, you probably get the double peel.
Mm-hmm. Like this?
Yeah. Does it still come back? No.
No.
Kim sitting two. She's going to ignore the red stone on the corner for now. Elect to guard the two in the middle.
And I'm just going on what I would presume. She held up 4 fingers, and so I'm thinking she wants it top 12, which is a little bit odd given that the one rock, the high rock is 12 foot.
Yeah, I was not assuming that. I was assuming that they've got that she was signaling something that we just don't know what it is, because I can't even imagine it would have been the time. So maybe they have a different system for.
Yeah. That would be what I would consider perfect.
Well, here's the other thing, because it is a lower number, and we don't know. We haven't seen them. We don't have mics. Even if we did, we might have a little hard time understanding this particular team. But
well, I would.
Could they be? Because it affects where she puts the broom. If the two stones curl a different amount, that would make, we don't know that what it was, but that could be.
No, but that makes sense.
That is a possibility.
Yeah.
it is one of those things we've talked about it a little bit last week, and again, we're gonna discuss it now because we have some time here. But it's these top teams. You know, it used to be teams would talk about one stone was different, and they didn't have a lot of nice things to say about it. It was a pig. They hated it. But now teams are starting to learn, like managing those rocks is such an important skill to have. The differences in a lot of cases are pretty subtle, and if you can figure them out and figure out how to use them as a weapon, if you can find a rock, it used to be if you had one rock that moved differently, it was going to the lead. Nowadays, that's not necessarily the case at all, especially if you got a rock that you get a little bit extra curl, a little bit extra finish on. It's such a powerful weapon in a come-around game. If you can identify that, and that's an important skill to have. If the team can find those rocks and then you learn to use them, that's a huge advantage.
Oh, yeah. Really jiggle things around here. Close.
Well, it's still better than it was because now she's got second and third, and every other red one you pile around there, it just becomes a little bit more dangerous for Gim to continue to ignore them. See, here's she's going to make a play on the open one, try to roll back into the middle, sit 2 again. I was just thinking that's some very interesting theme music she's got for her delivery.
And they roll this far enough, too, to be really nice.
Well, if you're going to shoot that well, you should have your own theme music. What a great shot. Right at the top of the button, buried behind what is staggered guards now. If you count that one into the 12-foot as a guard, and that's certainly how it's acting right now. Got that last little spin at the end to get a little closer to the pinhole, too.
Mm-hmm.
No choice now. You got to play yellow across the top of that red, try to bring it back, and you'd like to, at the very least, move that stone that was just delivered. If you get the one at the back of the 4-foot, too, that's great, but it's that one at the top for, there's no way to score as long as that rock is there. Gets one, misses the second one, though.
Yeah.
Well, it makes this decision easier now.
Mm-hmm.
With that excellent roll on the last one, it's just throw the guard. You know she's going to try the double run, but you let her play that until she makes it. Have a lot of chances left either. Just skip stones left to come here in the 4th. Gim with a 1-point lead, sitting 2 on the button without last rock. Kaitlyn Laws, realistically, she's going to have one more chance to try the double run the guard onto the red one, try to get it beneath the ones in the rings. And then realistically, certainly it's something they're going to have to talk about at the very least. But I think if this was down to your last shot right now, you'd have to pick the open one off the back of the 4-foot and give them one. Yeah. Boy, if she could put the second guard that good, it's tough to do that too. Like she couldn't have put that in a better spot. I mean, it does give her the angle to try the over-the-top run back, but she doesn't have the direct run back on the red, and she couldn't get to a second shot right now. You know, she can play finesse and get down to second shot, but that's not the kind of shot you want to have to be playing just to hold your opposition to 1.
No, that's the truth.
I will also say this. If after this shot, it looks like Kaitlyn Laws might have a shot to score 2, we're probably going to see a replay.
Wow, out on the olive branch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the back of your mind, that's always the shot here. If you're across the face enough, drive it almost straight back, you could make the double and roll this behind the corner guard. The angles are there for it. We're trying to make it curl, which tells me she's a little thin on the first one. I don't think you want it that high. If it was me, just looking at what happened with the last one, if you ever could corner freeze the red, does she even have a shot to cut you to 1?
I don't think she does.
All I would see would be run in the corner guard, which is risky, because if you ever pick the red after you corner freeze, if you corner freeze and she ever picked that red out of the top 12 foot, then it's 3. Now, as much as I like the corner freeze, you can't throw it to a corner freeze out of your hand. That's one where you got to throw it like the guard, and if the line's perfect, you try to sweep it to that corner freeze. This is out there a long ways. If she's got the weight, they should be able to get it back to the line.
Well, now she's got a little bit of a net where she can give them 1.
Yeah. And I think that's all she's got, is to give them 1. Even if you wanted to play the angle run in from the corner, it's still not going to kill both yellows. It could kill 1. That's the best you could do.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't had our first crooked number yet in this game, but even if this shot is made, it looks like Gim is going to have a 2-point lead.
Yeah, I got to bear down here. You're only a deuce from tying the game. Give him 1.
Final stone. Kaitlyn Laws, 4th end, trailing by 1, and no chance to score here. All she's trying to do is come down, remove that stone at the back of the button to hold Uijeongbu Gim to a steal of 1.
You're going to get by that top one. Yeah.
And enough weight
Very
to move
nice.
it back far enough. A moral victory just to give up a steal of 1 there. Kaitlyn Laws will retain last rock into the 5th end, but it'll be Uijeongbu Gim with a 3-1 lead after the 4th end break.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Welcome to therockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Batir. Welcome back, and we're just going to go around the ice here and get everybody updated. On sheet 2, we've got Rui Wang up 3-1 against Ashley Thibodeau. Selena Sturme is all over Myla Plett 6-1. This is no longer a game either. Eubene Park up from Korea, up 7-0 over Kaylee McNamee. Here it's Eugene Kim 3-1 over Kaitlyn Laws. Kaitlyn Laws now has the hammer. Nancy Martin's down 3-0 to Corwin Brown. Nancy Henson and Krista Hilker are tied up at 1-1. Serena Gray Withers and Nikki Kaufman are tied 3-3. And EQ Kilizawa is up 2-1 against Taylor Reese Hansen. And those are the scores.
We'll be back from the Saville Center for the second half of this women's matchup right after these commercials.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made, your way.
get to that with enough weight to move it, it's hard to get all the way to the face.
I like where that is.
Selena's first stone. So yeah, if you're going to come to that, you really need to move it on this stone. It doesn't have to go all the way through the rings, but you'd like to get it to the back 12 if you're playing it.
I mean, do you ever abort ship and come down to the pile?
Well, I'm not necessarily sure that's an abort ship either. It was one of the options, because at some point in time you need to deal with those yellows. If you freeze in the pocket, Gim can't really blast them out of there, or you're one rock away from setting up 3. So you freeze the pocket, you're still in pretty good shape to get at least 2.
Yeah, I just thought they were kind of committed to going around the corners, so that's why I meant abort ship.
Well, if you can get around the corners and get the tap back on this, you're still in, 3 is still in the realm of possibility. You freeze the pocket, you're still in good shape to get 2, but you kind of need a mistake to open up the chance for 3 yet.
I like this.
This does look like the easier shot, right?
Yeah.
It's not even critical to be shot here. It's critical to be
That's
sitting
right.
in front of those 2 yellows in a spot where it's really tough for Gim to do anything with this red rock. And then what do you play if you're Gim? If this freezes,
Yeah.
what do you even play?
So this is Selena's second one, right?
It's her first one, I believe. I only see 4 red ones down there. Well, I mean, I see 2 more, but they look like they're far enough over the line that they belong on the other sheet.
Oh, okay. I just thought
These sheets with no dividers, every once in a while, that can throw you. But
yeah.
should walk coming into the house if the weight's right. Stand to curl just a little bit more. There it goes. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
You might have to lose one of her own stones here. I agree with this. I think you have to. Now, the nice thing for the Gim team is where that stone ended up, she doesn't have to move both of those. She can move the red onto the yellow that's right behind it, lose it, leave these two overlapped, and she's still not in horrible shape. But boy, there's not a lot of room for error here.
No.
You bounce off, you could very easily leave a double and maybe roll towards the corner. Yeah, and there'd be no double back. And then you're one rollout from giving Kaitlyn Laws a chance to go after that yellow stone for 3. That yellow stone that's buried behind the corner. They want to hit this in a way so that they kill their own yellow, but have the shooter stay angled on the red, so that they've got a way to get the red out on the next one. Over curled it a little bit, left the angle, so that the red doesn't clear the yellow now. Yeah, it still creates a problem for the Laws team.
Yeah.
See their dilemma. What do you do? To move anything, you're actually going to break the angle that works for you.
That's right. Yeah.
I'd be tempted here if you thought you could make it, just go directly after shot rock and try to roll to the corner, but you can't see all of it. And if you roll out, it's the end's over for you. You just jiggle these around you, at least you're still going to have something to work with.
This is kind of critical, the way this ends up. Looks like she's on the right side. Oh, no, she's not. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's no sit on the red. Should kill both of them.
Yeah.
Now you still leave her a freeze at the back of the button. It's going to be tough, though. She'd have to play it from the out turn, and that corner guard's going to be in the way.
Pretty much always catching the red back one, and the key, I guess, really is going to be the contact rock red is where it goes.
Yeah, you gotta stay nose. At least they even indicated they think they can get away with a little bit high side. Probably can.
Side, yeah.
If you ever cross it a hair, though, that top red's not leaving. Some big weight here. She ever hits the first one? She ever hits the first one thin, she might not get the second one at all. It did pretty well. It does leave kind of a pocket for Kaitlyn. I don't think there's any way you could avoid that. They would have liked to have hit it a little bit thicker. I think ideally you wanted to hit that on nose and keep your shooter up there. Then she can't really get to this freeze. Your shooter would have been in the way. But as it is, I mean, if she makes the perfect freeze right here, you can kind of come off your own rock and kill the red one. And even if you spill everything and roll out, because you would be spinning, that yellow stone over on the corner is still probably going to get you a force. It'd be tough to go after it.
Yeah.
If you knew it was there, Scoreboard might say you had to give it a shot, but boy, it would be tough. First things first, Kaitlyn Laws with her first of this fifth end. She does have last rock. Chance to set up the deuce. She could freeze perfectly the one on the button. The other possibility is just chisel, but she's got to get to the inside. She's got to get to the inside. She can move it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Not bad, yeah.
Kim probably has to guard, I think. You're sitting two. You can't leave it a nose hit on the red.
No.
And it's too risky to hit it. The out-turn draw to the button, that corner guard's in the way. So she's got to play it with enough weight to move that one on the button, and she's not going to have very much room to roll. This is where we need a guy with a handheld camera to go look at. I'm just wondering if she ran the corner guard, the tighter of the two corner guards, can she run it at enough of an angle to double the two yellows? She doesn't have to move the second one very far.
That's right, yeah.
Sure can't do it off the top one. She'd be into the red. But she's not. If this guard is well placed, she's not going to have an easy shot for one.
Oh no, exactly.
It might be a little tight. I mean, now the double run, and it's still only for single point, but it doesn't look too bad.
No.
This looks tough to me. I mean, she's looking at it, but she can only see 3/4, and she's got no room to roll.
Yeah, well, the sad part is that like she can't throw a straight draw.
No,
So
no, she can't.
It's gonna have to be, I don't know. I'm gonna say probably close to hack.
Yeah, it looks like she's throwing a hack waiter, or it's not the soft side of hack, I don't think, with that ice.
Yeah. But we didn't see her touch her ankles or her feet, right?
No, we didn't see that.
We've seen her touch her head. This has to be really precise.
Yeah, these are so tough because they run so straight when you're a little bit up on the weight. So if she's not, if she throws just a few ounces more than she has in mind, this is going to run for a long time. And she, again, doesn't have much room to roll. Yellow is sitting 2. She's got to stay. Almost biting the button. on the brush all the way. She's just going to get the straight peel on the high one. So looking to play the tap back here. You saw the gesture. They'd like to roll underneath the yellow one. They expect likely that if you make this, the Gim team will try to play the double on the two reds that are close together on the corner, but then you might still have a chance to come around the middle, and three's not out of the question yet.
Like they're gonna have to go on this.
Yeah, she doesn't want to pop out in the open.
I know, and she's gonna.
Yeah, and not going to get it out either.
Oh my lord!
That I can't imagine they were trying to throw it that quiet.
Yeah, I don't think so. It just took off too. Like,
well, she's only got, maybe backline weight.
definitely let an opportunity potentially slide here. That's just unfortunate.
I'm not sure I like the way it roll all the way over to the yellow one. That yellow one at the back forefoot right now is open, and she's never guarding it. You're still in a spot, I think, where if you just roll to buried behind the guard, you're in pretty good shape to get at least two. Looking for some curly here. They'll get up to the nose, but that's all. Well, it changes things a little bit for Gim now. She has to roll.
Yeah.
If she doesn't roll, she's not shot rock.
That's right, yes.
Doesn't have to roll very far, but she does have to get a bit of a roll inside to be shot. Could roll right to buried. That'll be good. You just don't want to roll past the guard. You might leave a double and roll back underneath.
Yeah, and so many times, I mean, just in coaching the juniors, this is where you underthrow it because you want the roll.
I'm not sure they want to roll dead underneath. Like they talked about that, but you roll dead underneath. Kaitlyn Miles is coming right around both of them.
She noted that a bit.
She rolled enough to sit
She
second
did,
shot.
Yeah, she did.
I still think she might come around everything. Like you could. Yeah, I don't hate that call either because there's some risk. If you line up the three reds, Yunji Gim has to take some risk if she's running a red into the house. You double jam and it's three.
So they've elected to play a hit here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to hit the one at the back of the forefoot. The call was to try to roll underneath the other two reds.
Yeah.
I think you kind of want to deadline them up so that if she's going to try to play the run, Yeah, there's a chance she gets all three of them, but there's also a chance that the dreaded double nut, where you dead jam two of them, and then it's an open hit on the other side for three.
Looks good now. He has to really curl.
It's kind of a plan B at the end. They tried to roll the other way.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is certainly an end that the Laws team had a chance here to really create something, and they just slipped away here with that one shot.
It's interesting. This is a scenario where Gim does not want to roll undercover. She rolls undercover. She actually might leave a double.
Yeah.
She sits right on the nose or rolls a little bit broom side. She's sitting two, and Kaitlyn Laws is going to be forced to take a single. On the other side of that, this will be the easiest shot Kaitlyn Laws has had to look at with her last one for a couple of ends. 2 ends ago, she had to concede one. She didn't have a shot to score. Even last end, I mean, she had a shot, albeit a very difficult shot, and just wasn't quite able to execute it. You know, she's going to have a fairly open shot this time to try to score.
She's starting to curl, but she's fine. She's got her right on the nose.
I'll make this one first, stop the bleeding, and then we'll have a few minutes to think about it. But I have to believe we might see double center guards to start the seventh end.
Yeah.
We've seen a number of different setups to these ends already. We've seen center corner, in corner. I think we saw it early in the game. Center come around. You haven't seen the double center yet, but it might be coming. She has to make this one first.
Yeah.
Cleaning it all the way down. Kaitlyn Laws with her final
That's her one.
Makes the nose hit. Picks up the single point. Closes to within 4-2 here after 6 ends of play. It'll be Yoonji Kim with last rock in the 7th end. Looking to go to 4-0 here at the Saville Grand Prix.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Blister juice, freshly made, your way.
Underway here in the 7th end of play. Uijeongbu with a 2-point lead. And last rock, Kaitlyn Law's team throws that center guard up to start the end off. And now looking to come around it. Yoon Sol is the lead. And she has had a very good game.
Oh, tremendous. I mean, we're not keeping percentages, but very high.
Yeah. And as we were wondering before the break, this looks like the second center guard being called. I'm a little surprised if they were playing two, and of course we didn't see the shot. We were just coming back from the break. It was already in position, but yeah, almost would have liked that first one a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
That's the tough thing when you're throwing the double centers. You want as much separation as you can. So you get anything even shading towards the halfway point, it's hard to get a maximum separation. She's done as good there as she could. Like,
I was gonna say, Kristen just kind of said,
It's-
"What? Hard? I did it."
well, that still wasn't easy. There were two people sweeping that would say that wasn't easy.
And you gotta skip, probably yelling, "Make sure, make sure."
Here's the worst part of those ones. The lead makes it, but the lead throws it a lot, and then sooner or later that gets peeled off, and now the second has to throw a rock up there, and the second doesn't throw that shot nearly as often. It's a tougher shot.
Yeah.
You'd like as the second thrower, you'd like a little bit more room to work with to get them separated.
It's
funny.
It sounded like a front ender.
Well, it's funny because the way the game has evolved, all of those positions, a 1, a 2, a 3, and even into the top of the house, those are, for the most part, those are the shots the lead throws all the time. They get pretty good at doing those adjustments. Whereas once upon a time, depending on what rules you played in your club, we were all scared to hog a rock because that was going to cost you a round of drinks. But which was more important than the game. The leads throw that shot so often now that high guard, they've gotten very good at it. The second doesn't get to throw it nearly as often. And when they are throwing it, it's usually, well, we need to put that back now. That was the 5th stone of the end. Kim can start peeling guards now. I mean, they are dead lined up, so she can't really go after the one tight to the ring. She's going to have to play the straight peel. And we'll see if I've already jinxed Jocelyn Peterman. It is a tough shot to try to replace that long guard. Peel is made. We'll need to replace this for a while. At some point, they will have to make a switch in gears because there's two yellows sitting shot in second and staggered. So she's going to have to make a play in the rings, but you have to delay that for a while. You can't give Gim, if you made it now and made the shot, she's got 5 shots to get out of the end yet. You can't give her that. I saw one signal that said we don't want to sweep, which means it's heavy, and now they're trying to get it to curl. And so you're caught. You need to get it back to the center line, but you want it to stop.
Now a bunch of them can go.
Yeah, the angle is there if she wants to try to get both of them. The straight peel's still, I mean, you're in pretty good shape in the house. If you're Gim, you could always just straight peel these, but she's got angle if you want to try to make the double.
That's where, I think, if your team, full well that the single peel is good for you.
Yeah, the one thing you can't do there is if you ever hit that on the nose, yes, you might double the reds, but now your yellow stays out there for guard, and she gets a chance to get more separation on the tight one. did they want to come in right now? I was wondering myself. Do you throw one more guard?
Yeah.
It is because the yellows are staggered and they're sitting 1-2. You have to go in a little bit earlier because you need room. You need time to deal with those.
Yeah. You're not moving them with one stone.
Well, and it's then what did the call? And it looked like Kaitlyn was saying, can we come right around them to the back of the forefoot? Maybe you can. You're letting Gim peel the center then, and you presumably at that some point in time you're going to be able to play red. And I think, can you get both yellows? Red onto yellow? It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
The first one, I'm not sure it catches the second one. And if you need 2 rocks to get rid of both yellows, then this draw to the back of the forefoot doesn't help you a ton. She didn't get to the back of the forefoot. It's you know, it's pretty good, but Gim could certainly access it to pick it out. Keeps her from playing the center guard for now. She can't peel that off if she's going after the one in the rings. And this is still a delicate shot. If she ever touches the yellow on the way by, things certainly turn around in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they jumped the sweep early.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, got on that one awful quick. She looks like she's holding it out there, too.
I think that might have just been a case of play it safe. As soon as we got a piece, sweep it hard, because we don't need to stay. Well managed. Yes. Gets the hit, rolls the shooter off, and again, they're looking to come in. I'm not sure I would be trying to jiggle the yellows. Again, it's easier for them to tell than it is for us. But if she ever needed to play the red onto the yellow, like, to me, I'm not certain that you touch the second yellow. She wanted to be just that little bit deeper, threw a little bit more weight, and it runs a little straighter as well, and right through to the back of the 12-foot.
Good news is there's a red rock in the house.
Yeah.
That bad news.
Well, yeah, the problem with that is a force doesn't really help at this point in time.
That's right. That's right.
There is a bit of a dilemma for Gim. You could peel the center guard, but that leaves the red onto the yellow. She's going to have to play it as a tap, likely. I don't think you can kill the yellows if you're Kaitlyn Lawes at this point in time. Do they get 2 timeouts? You don't
I
at
thought they only got
Worlds
1.
and Nationals anymore, so.
I know. Which I don't, I mean, yeah, I guess I don't understand that whole reasoning. I mean, you've brought more coaches in to work with these teams, and you would think that, 2 timeouts would be a good thing for, the curling. Is that Marcel in the background?
Yeah, Marcel is working with Kaitlyn's team. Marcel Rock.
Oh, there. Okay, yes. No, that looks like more like Marcel.
When he's not blurry, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. But you used the words, so I won't throw you under the bus this time. So
the thought, they're still going to peel the guard. The thought process there had to be that, it feels like we should peel the guard, but right now Kaitlyn doesn't have much to shoot at if we don't peel the guard. You peel the guard, they have to expect that she's going to play that red onto the yellows, which she doesn't have if you leave the guard there. I still think this is the percentage play because she can't play the red into the yellows with any weight. I wouldn't think.
No, neither would I. And I mean,
because I don't think
you're only
again, I don't think the back one's going anywhere. So I think you're playing this fairly soft and try to make a pocket out of the yellows.
Pocket, yeah.
She might be, the way she just indicated that, she might be trying to stuff red onto yellow, so you kill one yellow and then leave the two reds in a line to the yellow on the button. It's great if you can do it.
Yeah.
It's tough when you're off center like that to try to leave the two reds lined up perfect.
But they must think that they can play the red onto the yellow, make the double.
Well, if they think they can double it, that certainly changes everything. I'm still working on the theory that it kind of looks like it goes by.
Mm-hmm.
And I still don't mind the idea of just jiggling it. Like if you tap the red up, move the yellow a little bit. If you can get the yellow so that there's a pocket, and ideally what you want is so that you got two shots to get into that pocket. So if you roll over a bit, because if it's just one and Gim can find a way to take that away, you're not going to have anything for your last one. But there are some angles there.
Well, I mean, if Gim doesn't peel it, and this might have been part of the conversation, if you don't peel that that one on the center line, where are you going to put it that doesn't help, kind of Kaitlyn?
Well, yeah. Probably the only place you could have put it that wouldn't have helped her would be in the back corner. I don't know if you want to throw a rock away. It's been done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't we as Canadians know that, Kevin Martin?
It's not the only time it's been done, to be fair.
I know. But it's the only one that really sticks in my craw. Oh, dear.
They're definitely going to have to do something with the redstone. I think all the discussion there was about how much weight do we want to play, and I'm not sure after the discussion that they're really certain. This looked like, this looked like it was Kaitlyn's first thought was to try to stuff the red onto the yellow, and then she's trying to line up the two reds, her shooter and the tap stone, onto the stone that's going to be left on the button, so that Gim can't make any play to kill it.
And I think this is the only shot, really.
Well, it's the best result. I don't agree that it's the only shot. I think you could play this with quite a rate and try to keep both yellows in there. But yeah, if you could leave these two reds, kill one yellow and leave the two red dead lined up to the one that's biting the top of the button, then Gim can't hit it. But this is tough. Like if they don't line up at all, it's really easy to get rid of everything. And they're going to have to go if they're going to line these up. If she gets to the nose on the first one, it's going to bounce off.
Yeah, that's well, I shouldn't say not no good, but. Oh, they did get the yellow one in. Okay.
Yeah, they did, but I'm not seeing it. Like, again, a force doesn't do her much good here. She needs a steal opportunity, and I'm not seeing where that's coming from right now. Gim, on the other hand, trying to think of a way not to get forced here, but I don't think you worry about that. Just hit the one in the 12-foot, roll to the open side. If you roll out, so be it. Kaitlyn's going to have to make a play on the one in the 4-foot. Yeah, you'll be throwing against 3, but you'll be nothing out front. You'll be throwing an open shot against 3. you happen to stick it on the edge of the 8 foot, you got a chance to score 2 here, and that might end the game right here. The real key here is don't overcurl on this. You hit this on the nose, and I'm not worried about the jam, but if you hit it on the nose and put it by your own yellow one, there might be a chance for Kaitlyn Laws to make a play on that yellow, get underneath, be sitting 2 because the rock at the back 12 foot would probably be second shot then. And now you've got to draw to the button against 2. Gets the hit. She's going to get a little bit of a roll. Well, can you make the out turn draw to the back of the button? No, she's going to play the double.
She's going to play the double from 6-3. I don't know. Yeah.
And then hope for a rollout, I guess.
I guess.
Well, actually, if you hit it right on the nose to make the double, she might have to draw because the open hit wouldn't give her shot rock. She would probably have to throw the draw.
Well, and I think she will, but I thought maybe, I guess when you do the percentages or the odds, I mean, steal. Yeah.
Looks like Marcel's got the binoculars out there. He's not going to like what he sees at the other end. It's not looking good, Mr. Rock.
She's got a curl.
She's got 1. She's got 2.
There's two. She's got 3.
Clears the 2 red stones. So she's sitting 3 for now.
Yeah.
Nothing out of the brush early. They sweep for a little bit of curl at the halfway point. Just enough to get ever so slightly across the face. And that, it's critical that she got that actually, because it just cleared both red stones at the back. It would have been a pretty bad break to be that close to a double and then jam one of them. But clears it, actually rolled to a spot where it even makes the draw a little bit trickier. She can't come down to that back one now. It's a straight draw here for Uijeongbu Kim. She's got a 2-point lead, but facing 3, just needs any bite of the 8 foot to restore the 3-point lead she had 2 ends ago. Inside brusher down right away, and this does not look like just cleaning it, but she's backing away a bit now.
Just got to make sure they're by the front one.
She's got lots of room.
Very good.
Well, she needed the white paint in the 8 foot. She'll maybe get a sliver of the white paint in the button.
That's right.
Uijeongbu Kim, with a nice draw on her final stone, restores that 3-point lead. She's up 5-2 over Kaitlyn Laws here in this battle to see who can go into the playoffs with a perfect 4-0 record. 8th end right after this.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Pullman, Moe, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock.
Well, at the break, I was looking at the standings a little bit, Terry, and
Oh my God!
I'll tell you in a moment what I found. It's interesting. We've been talking about 4-0 could put you through to the playoffs in a strong position, just because of the way these ones are falling and how it's going. In other words, I think there's a possibility they could end up with as many as 5 teams at 4-0.
Really?
Selena Stormy has already won her game here this afternoon, so she's finished. She's at 4-0. The winner of this game is going to be at 4-0. Certainly Yunji Kim in a strong position for that right now. Kate Cameron's at 3-0. She plays later on. Rui Wang at 3-0. She plays later on. Taylor Reese Hansen is 2-0, but leading after 6 ends on the ice right now. She could go to 3-0, and I don't think any of those teams are head-to-head. So, wow, wouldn't that be interesting?
Yeah.
You don't see that very often. We've been going on the assumption that you get 4-0, you should at least have Hammer in the quarterfinal. Well, if there's 5 teams at 4-0, 2 of them are going to have to play against each other in the quarterfinal. You're still going to have to draw to the button. Boy, does that shape up for some, obviously a lot of teams playing really well, and just the nature of the draw. They haven't had to come up head-to-head yet. This is shaping up for potentially some very tight matchups in the quarterfinals, which is exactly what we want to see. Makes for some interesting viewing tomorrow. A lot to be determined in the next, end here, and a few other games still in play, and then one draw later yet tonight. Final draw, the round robin scheduled for 7 o'clock local time this evening. It's 4:20 right now. To our game, not really much question what's going to happen here. Yunji Kim playing everything to the middle. You see the 2 corner guards up for the Laws team. Now the play in the rings can start, and for Kim, she throws the 3 in the middle to start, knowing that eventually Kaitlyn Laws is going to have to deal with them. And while Laws deals with the one in the middle, Kim will be trying to clean up the corners. The nice thing about a situation like this for the Laws team, in the 5 rock free guard zone, you've essentially, it's kind of like you've already got 1 miss. You do need 2 to get a 3-ender, but these happen. These happen a lot. These happen at the Scotties. They happen at the Worlds. It's tough to stop a team that really wants to score from getting 2, and then you're only a minor mistake away from perhaps opening the door for 3. You wonder why these things don't happen more often in the middle of the game and early in the game, but it's, the situation changes. In the middle of the game, you're not willing to sell out for everything to try to get your 3. You want to make sure you don't give up the steal. Steal doesn't matter here. This is full out offense, and it's hard to stop a deuce, and you only takes a minor miscue to maybe give a chance for 3.
That's right. Got that on the rings too.
Yeah, the rings isn't critical. The most important thing is there's no real easy red doubles.
That's right. Yep.
I'm a little surprised she was even thinking about going after the one in the rings. And yeah, I know she's probably thinking, well, it's either or, you get one or the other. But if you ever just rub the high one on the way by and leave both of them there, that's kind of the miscue already. Just straight peel one. I personally don't think you want to go around the guard. You go around the guard, she peels the guard, now you're playing the rest of the end with no corners. I think you deal with the 3 yellows in the middle, and let her hit something in the rings. You go around that guard later. You don't want to let her play it this early. Maybe you're thinking she'll hit the rock at the 12-foot. I'm not sure she will. I think she goes after the guard.
I don't think, yeah.
Well, that's actually not bad. That could be a sneaky way of making her go after the one on 12 foot.
That's right.
And then you've got a double corner.
Corner, yeah.
She's not falling for it, though. She's going after the guard. Setting up to play the out turn here with very tight ice. Like she's inside the edge of that rock already. You could hit this first one thin, and you actually might get the cross house double. That's the bonus. But that's another one of those shots that as a skip, you never tell your player that's what you're playing. But oh, well, oh, how unfortunate is that for Laws? If you see it coming into the house, it's disturbing the L's. Oh, good, we don't have to deal with those ones. And then it comes across and kills your other stone.
Yeah.
You thought you had a break, and then right back, you get a break the other way. They were sleeping this most of the way down. They were where they wanted to hit it thin, not quite that thin. Comes across, disturbs the 3 yellows in the rings, but then straight sideways and kills the red that was biting. And that, that was kind of the rock you needed to count on to set up your 3. Really tough now. You can come around the guard, but then they're just going to straight peel, and you got nowhere left to hide.
Like you say, that that was kind of a fortunate.
Yeah, if she disturbs the 3 and the yellow and doesn't touch the red one on the side, that actually really helps Kaitlyn Laws a lot.
So true. Once again, Sean, the ice conditions are so good here. So good.
Come around made. This will be the peel attempt. This is another one, actually, where she might like to come across and now disturb those yellows because they are staggered. So if you don't disturb them now, Selena's going to try to come around them. You'll hit the open redstone, and they'll have to come around again and then hope that there's some kind of double or maybe triple. Ooh. Well, and suddenly the door's open again.
Yeah.
That's, again, the shot you needed to set up your 3. Now you come around, you get your 2 around the corner. She peels. You'd have to replace the guard.
Yeah, guard it, yeah.
She'll freeze. And even if she makes the freeze, you've probably got some kind of shot off one of those 2 yellows. You make this, I could see a scenario where you're definitely throwing your last rock with a chance to tie.
Yeah.
We're waiting on the line. Yeah, it's curling hard now. Usually when they start to curl, that's a good sign. Means the weight's close. Nice line by the guard.
Really good shot.
Yeah. Gonna try to run it.
Just boom out of nowhere, really. Not expecting to be in this kind of trouble.
No, for sure. Probably, I hate to sound critical this way, but it's probably the worst end the Gim team has played this entire game. They've had 2 complete misses, and the one shot was an absolute fluke that it worked out well for them. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's being critical. I mean, they have played great all game, and then, you know, do you ever say it's nerves? I mean, I don't think so. It's just, to me, it's just a little bit lack of focus.
some of it almost might have been to the other side of nerves. It might have been adrenaline, because a couple of those hits that missed or just about missed might have been overthrown a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Look at this.
Or did you just set it up for your third to look really good?
Yeah.
Moves
Wow.
3 of them, gets the 2 out of the rings, and the one that's left, the guard that was run in, has popped all the way over into the open.
What a shot by Uijeongbu.
And pops it just far enough that it's open.
Yeah. You can see it. Yeah.
So how do you? Yeah, I'm looking at what Kaitlyn's looking at, and I agree. But how do you Christmas tree that?
Yeah.
Like you'd have to put the broom on the other sheet, and you'd probably run through the divider to do it. I mean, there's no divider over there, but if it crosses the line, it's still out of play. Let's see. Can you jiggle? That might be what you have to play. Play the. Okay. I need my. Where's my telestrator? Jerry keeps promising me a telestrator. You might have to come down and get. You got to be at least a sliver to the inside of that Yellowstone, because you need your shooter in the rings. But tap yellow onto yellow. Have it spill over a little bit to cover the one in the back, and then you kind of stay in front of the 2 yellows, and then you're hoping for some kind of double or triple with your last one. She's looking at the Christmas tree, which would be great if you could get there, but I don't know how you get there. Throw a spinning draw.
Rotation.
Yeah. Throw a spinner.
Yeah.
I've done that. I mean, you can certainly hold it straighter like that, but it's a bit of a crapshoot as to how much it's going to curl.
That's right.
It's a better result than the shot I was talking about. So, I mean, it might be worth giving it a shot. If you get the Christmas tree, you're hoping she only whiskers one of them, because you've got a double at the top 2 yellows right now. You just, how do you make her miss the 2 reds? And the Christmas tree is your best bet. Watch the release on this one, because I gotta believe she's throwing some extra rotation.
Yep.
The tricky thing about that, and it might have been an issue there, is if you try to throw that extra rotation, you actually pop it out a bit too, and now it's never going to curl.
Weight was pretty good too.
Yeah.
Tough shot, man. Tough shot. I find it odd that this team does this all the time. So one of the sweepers is, kind of cleaning from, house to the, middle of the, well, what I would call the 2 zone, but, usually the vice skip comes out and cleans that path.
Final stone for Gim here without last rock. Just needs to make one of these red stones go away, and Kaitlyn Laws will be out of rocks. Needs 3 to tie. Looking like this is going to make contact. She'll actually make the double for extra credit. Kaitlyn Laws out of stones, doesn't have enough to get back to the tie. They shake hands. It goes into the books as a 5-2 final for Uijeongbu Gim. Gim moves to 4-0. Kaitlyn Laws at 3-1. Should be safely through to the playoffs as well, but it'll be the advantage to the Gim team going into the playoffs, as they know that they might have last rock in the opening end. There are a lot of teams, though, that it looks like, just because of the way the draw lines up, could end up at 4-0, Terry. There's still going to be a lot of games to watch here coming up at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, and then you start to do the kind of calculations. Is 3-1 safe?
Yeah, I haven't even looked at that because it's how many teams are sitting at 2-1 going in too. There's going to be a logjam. It's going to get interesting. There's going to be some scoreboard watching, and you can bet all those teams at 2-1 when they go into that draw tonight, they already know where they sit based on draw to the button score.
Oh,
because that's the tiebreaker. It's nerve-wracking as heck for the players, but it sure is fun for us to watch, and we hope you're all enjoying it at home. A lot of action yet to come tonight to determine who gets through to those playoffs tomorrow morning. You'll have all the action here on the Curling Stadium. On behalf of myself, Sean Joyce, my partner Terry Corbin, and our production assistant Connor Sims, thanks for joining us this afternoon, and we'll see you back here in a couple of hours.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.